Okay. For the next question, I'd like to tackle campaign finance. Pennsylvania is one of the very few states, I think 11 states, do not have campaign finance regulations. It's very interesting to go to the websites and look at the amounts of money that are donated to our candidates. And I think we do have disclosure, which is better than some systems, but there are no limits. Do you agree with this, or would you work to change it and put some limits on what can be given to candidates?
Well, you see what happens with limitless funds. I'm sure everybody's here received probably 20 mailers from just different politicians. Every single commercial is either one of the governors or one of the senators, or if you're in Westmoreland County, maybe even one of the state reps. Pennsylvania is run by politicians. We need to change that. We need to make sure that people are accountable for the money that's coming in. Disclosure is the beginning of it. We need to know where that money's coming from. The next step is to limit it. Now, the exact numbers on how to limit it, I'm not sure. I have to do more research. But it needs to be limited so that an average person in the community can come here, do this debate, and run for office. Right now, you have people spending hundreds of thousands of dollars throughout Pennsylvania to try to win races. And we need to have open disclosure so you know where the money's coming from. But also, we need to explore and look how we structure our campaign finance system. Thank you.
Cody, your thoughts on campaign finance reform?
George Will talked about this in depth, and one of the things that no one talks about is we spend more money advertising one beer in America than we spend on actually discussing public policy. The problems with campaign finance are not the ones of, well, this person gave someone fully disclosed $2,000 or $1,000. The problem is these groups, nebulous groups. I had an attack piece sent from a nebulous group in Pittsburgh, Main Street PAC, coming into the district, not from funds that Brandon raised, not from funds from the local Democratic Party, but from somebody out there where the average citizen doesn't know where this money's coming from. It's ludicrous. It's absolutely ludicrous. But that's actually the result of campaign finance reform written by the federal government. They created this mess. What we should have is full and open disclosure where every dollar comes from, and these groups who don't actually represent citizens. And when I say that, it's not unions, it's not the NRA, those groups should be able to talk. These 527 groups and these nebulous individual groups, they need to be shut down. They're the real problem. And we need to have open and free debate. And part of that is the ability to put out a message. Because I'll tell you what happens. If you cut the funding, incumbents win even more. They love it. They want it because they have all the perks. They spend your money all year advertising to you, sending you mail out of your money. Thank you.
Thank you. Cody, you'll get the first try on the next one. What are your feelings on the local share slots money as it is now?
Should have been given back to the people. The whole reason for the casino money was not to spend it on one project after another. It was the lower tax reform. That's what we were told. They're lower taxes. We were told that, property taxes. Didn't happen. Instead, we had things like them handing almost $1 million to the Coyle Theater in Charleroi. Joke. Money that would have never been spent on that project gets spent because we have the money and we don't know what to do with it. So we hand it out here, there, and everywhere. Why don't we give it back to you? Lower the taxes. Make Governor Rendell keep his word. Make all these politicians keep their word. They lied to us to get it, and then they hand it out to more government. Then they say local government needs it, state government needs it, government, 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 government. That's what they want to spend it on. It doesn't come back to you. So Pennsylvania's overtaxed, overburdened, and we still have a fiscal crisis in spite of taxing everybody to death. Great, horrible system we created here. Thank you.
Brandon, your thoughts on the slots?
The local share money was designed to go back to the people. Right now, you have townships, supervisors, councilmen scrambling for projects that they need to create so that they can spend this money. It's an easy solution. Just give it back and allow property taxes to go down, which was promised, to allow infrastructure, to allow bridges to be built instead of building various things that aren't needed in a township. or a borough, we need to be accountable to the taxpayers. We need to make sure that the promises are upheld. We need to make sure that the money that's supposed to go back to the people does go back to the people. And going back to the people doesn't mean that they're going to build something that's never going to be used in a township. It means that you actually see some sort of relief. The people here, the people in this room, the people that drive by the casino every day, and allow these people from out of the area to drive through our townships. We need to make sure that it goes to the local people for infrastructure, for roads, and also to relieve property taxes. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is on jobs. How can we keep jobs here and get industry going again? And in particular, the stagnant, the steel mills are mentioned. What can we do to bring jobs back to this area?
Well, we have a unique opportunity in Washington County. We're one of 2 counties in this area that have experienced growth. And the reason is, one is because of the Marcellus Shale, and one is because we have good infrastructure here in Washington County. Marcellus Shale, like I said earlier, brings opportunities. Opportunities from laborers, PhDs, to engineers, to lawyers, you name it. Those jobs are going to be brought here, or are already here. What we need to do is focus our youth, focus our secondary education, make sure that they know the opportunities are here so that they don't have to leave. So you don't have to worry about your grandchildren going to North Carolina anymore, because there are family-sustaining jobs here. There are good jobs here. We need to make sure that our vocational programs are tweaked. We need to allow people in high school to know that they can make a great career as a welder, as a laborer. But they need to be in the vocational programs. The vocational programs need to be enhanced so that it's geared towards the Marcellus Shale, the industry that's here, the industry that's going to be here, the industry that's going to be here for decades to come. So we need to make sure that our people are not overeducated and underexperienced. We need to get them the experience by putting it into the schools, making classes, professors teach what is here. Thank you.
Cody, jobs.
The best thing government can do to create jobs is get out of the way. Get out of the way of entrepreneurs, get out of the way of the people who create jobs, people that actually bring home the bacon. Government constantly tries to find ways to tax. We already had this discussion about Marcellus Shale and the taxes, and so we have an industry and we're taxing it. I've had the advantage of owning a small business. I used to run a plastics plant when I was doing job training. Government got in the way of everything. It's in the way of every single person who owns a business. It's constant regulations, more certifications, more things that make it hard to do what it is we need to do, which is make money. And when we make money, we employ people. Unfortunately, again, politicians love to tell you we create jobs. We don't. All we do is sap from the economy. Great. So why don't we get out of the way and let business do the business of business?